Hi, everybody, and welcome to Module 5. It was great taking a look at the solutions you came up for the problems that are taking place in your local community. I encourage you to keep developing these ideas and perhaps, if it's appropriate, present them to the stakeholders in the community so that you can work together to solve some of the issues and problems that you find important locally. I've had students do that in the past, and they've been well received, and they've been excited to work on these projects in their community. So we're going to be getting started on Module 5 now. So as usual, go ahead over to the Modules tab and click there and then scroll down until we get to Module 5. Go ahead and click on the Module 5 overview, and you'll see that in this module, you're going to be building on your problem solution proposal by creating a multimodal advocacy or PSA analysis. So this is the time when we get to be creative in the class and do some design work. And so I found students are generally pretty excited about this part. And so the learning objectives, these are the things that you should be able to do by the end of the module. Analyze diverse rhetorical concepts using multimodal strategies, incorporating feedback in your discussion on the advocacy ads or the PSAs, so you'll be participating in another discussion, and integrating diverse ideas by evaluating counter arguments in your analysis and considering different perspectives that challenge your own views. So it should be a very exciting module. Go ahead and click on the next button. And that'll take you to our top hat materials, which you'll, of course, complete at the beginning before you get started on the assignments, as I have mentioned in the past. That is really the best way to go about doing the top hat materials. So click on the next button. And once you're there, you'll see that there are some additional learning materials for you to look through this week. You'll be reading the following: how do I create my advocacy ad? And that's going to walk you through exactly how to go through the process. So this is a very important link to click on and walk through. So once you've done that, you can click on the next button, and that'll take us over to the argument plan rhetorical considerations. So you've been working on your habits of mind and watching all of my videos, hopefully, on that. So now you're going to get to spend some time doing some invention work and taking a look at the different rhetorical ways of analyzing arguments and information. So really, if you scroll down, the main idea here you can see in step 2 is that you're going to be taking a look at alternative solutions and drawbacks. So you're going to be listing out 2 alternative solutions that have been used or suggested to previously address the problem. So this is your time to dig into that research that you did and see what other people have done to solve the problem. Maybe it's working in some places and not working in others. And so then you're going to be stating your proposed solution, thinking about the best solution for the problem, justifying your ideas for that problem by providing 2 to 3 convincing reasons why your audience should accept this proposed solution and act on it. And then you'll be looking at the counter arguments and giving your rebuttal. So you want to place yourself in this role of a kind of skeptical outside observer, because we all have our confirmation bias, right? We tend to look for things, research, information that already agrees with our position. So here's your chance to get outside of that confirmation bias and take a look at some of the other perspectives on the issues. And then you will be writing up this information and giving a rebuttal. So you'll be thinking about what other people say that is against your idea, and then you're going to tell them why you think that you have the best solution. You'll notice there's an optional AI component, and you'll be concluding with the call to action. So you'll be explaining your rhetorical strategies. And this call to action is really something that you could use to present this to the stakeholders in your community, as I kind of talked about at the beginning of the video. You'll be crafting a thesis, and that thesis is going to state your main claim, right? Your argument or the solution you are proposing. And then you're going to be listing out your 2 to 3 reasons for that solution. You'll be conducting some supplementary research, and you're going to be planning for the advocacy ad or the PSA. Again, there's an optional AI component that you can think of, maybe experimenting with here. You'll notice that the submission for this is about 800 words. And as usual, it should be in a Word or PDF format, 12-point font, etc. The same things we've been following throughout the class. If you scroll down, you'll notice that there is a rubric that goes with this. And of course, that'll be the same as the other rubrics you've seen in class: thoroughness, timeliness, and consideration of feedback from past assignments. So then you'll go ahead and click on the next button, and you'll see that we'll be taking a look at this advocacy ad in a discussion format. So you're going to find a real world example of your chosen genre for your problem, solution, proposal project. And then you're going to be using this example in order to create your own advocacy ad or PSA. So you'll notice here, as you scroll down in step 2, this is your chance to, in 1 to 2 paragraphs, analyze the chosen advocacy ad or video PSA that you took a look at. And this is going to help you to compose your own. You should answer the questions here. You'll be looking at the rhetorical strategies like logos, ethos, and pathos, and thinking about your own project. And then you'll be applying those rhetorical strategies to your project and thinking about key takeaways, techniques, and what pitfalls you might want to avoid. And then you'll have your usual peer responses. So all in all, your answers to the questions should be at least 3 paragraphs, and you'll respond to 2 of your peers, and I'll be responding on the discussion board, and so will our writing mentor. So it should be an active and lively discussion. Go ahead and click on the next button. And you'll see here it says start drafting. So this is not an assignment that you're submitting, but you're going to get started on drafting your project. So you don't have to submit your draft yet, but this does take approximately 4 to 6 hours to complete. So you're going to want to get started on that now. Go ahead and take a look at the instructions, what's expected in the draft, and how your project will be evaluated. And that will give you a head start on preparing the information you'll need. So if you click on the next button, you'll see that this is the area that describes what your peer responses should look like. It's the same as in our previous modules, so I don't really need to go through that again. And that pretty much wraps up what we're going to be doing in Module 5. I think you'll find that this is a fun and exciting module. You get to use some of your creativity. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with. I love to look at that design work and the different ways in which you put these projects together. It's really exciting, and I hope you have a great week.